One second, guys. I don't know what's wrong with this thing. Oh well. We're here and that's all that matters. We are here and that's all that matters. Let me see. So I'm gonna get this together. I don't know why it's doing this. Hold on.
Be sure to shop Amazon with Prosperity U LLC. Link in the description.
These are all of my books. My very first book, Leave the Fairy Tales Up to Disney, The Reality of Dating. Haunted Truths, a romance murder mystery set in the heart of Brooklyn during the 1980s, during the height of the crack era. Switch, my romantic comedy. My trilogy, Spirit of the Machine, 1, 2, and 3, sci-fi action thriller. My poem anthology, Red Garden. That is System of the Sun. It's my book on organizational skills. Don't wait till I get rich to buy that book. New Shoes. That's my book on self-esteem, on how to love yourself. Ratchet-ology. Yes, I'm the ratchetologist.
Okay, we're back. Shout outs to Daniela. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in.
They shooting in the parking lot. They ain't where you wanna go.
Let me see if I can get the Instagram is Instagram, man. I'm not banking on that anymore. I'm back on TikTok though. Back on TikTok. Alright, I think we're ready to get started. Let me put this over here. Shout out to Jazzy Nicole.
I got racks to the ATM jam.
Let's get started. Let's get up. Let's get
I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. You a badass bitch.
Let's get up. Let's get down. Welcome everyone. Welcome. I'm so happy you guys are here. Talk to me in the chat. Don't be scared. Talk to me in the chat. Do not be scared. Let's get this show started. Welcome to this multi-million-dollar stream. I am Kev Prosper, founder and chief architect of Prosperity, selling travel consulting, books, merchandise, and media that teach people how to master their mindset, find personal freedom, and live life on their own terms. You are tuned into Love and Money on Prosperity Plus. Thank you for contributing to the Cash App. Thank you for contributing to the Cash App. $ Prosperity ULLC. Thank you for visiting the website below at prosperunlimited.com. Thank you for liking, subscribing, following, and sharing. That's right, boys and girls. And remember, we do this every Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And remember to invest in the brand Prosperity ULLC. Build wealth, travel boldly, live royally. All right, let's do this. Let's do this, guys. So, what's the word? What's the word, Big Bird? What's the word, Big Bird? What's happening in the streets today? Let's see if I can pull it up right here. So, Papoose and Claressa Shields, they did a fight night style video. Let's see what this is about. She looks really good right there. Now that her teeth are fixed. Yeah, Remy's hurt, bro. She's mad. Like I hate to say it. I just hate to put it out there like that, but she is, if I don't know, if I was her, I'd be hurt. I'd be hurt or mad or one of the sort. But it's not pretty. It's just not pretty. It's not pretty. I mean, it's pretty, as you can see. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, just putting myself, you know, just put anyone putting themselves in Remy's shoes. It must be rough. It must be rough. I mean, and you know, that's life. You know, you play your position until you don't. And the minute you stop playing your position, somebody gonna fill a spot. You know what I mean? And I don't know what make women think that they can just leave and come back and like nothing happened. Like what makes you think, you know what I mean? Like come on. 777. Claressa and Papoose pulled out their flyest fits for their big fight against Lonnie Daniels. I think I saw that. When they arrived together in a white Rolls Royce. Let's get into it. And he chained up. He got on all his jewelry. He got on all his jewelry. God damn. I mean, like, it don't get any more. Like, he looked like he's dressed like a 90s hustler right now. He got on the Versace shirt with the big, with multiple chains on and the big pendant and a New York fitted. Yo, he is doing it. You can't tell him nothing. You can't tell him nothing. Got all that on with the fitted. I gotta see the shoes though. So let's see. Is this just a picture? Okay. Claressa shows off a fresh tattoo dedicated to Papoose. Now you know when they get the tattoos, you know that be the hood love. That's hood love. When they get the tattoos, you know it's for real. I was joking with a chick a long time ago, and I was like, "So you're not gonna get my tattoo? That's how you feel about me?" And it was like, it started to become convincing. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, you know, like if you don't get a tattoo, if let's say you married on paper, like how many people legally married would get their partner's name tattooed on them? Like. How many people would do that? Yo, like if you're married or you know someone that's married, ask them. Would you get your partner's name tattooed on you? If you're legally married, would you get your spouse's name tattooed on you? See what they say. But this is a look. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. Can I zoom in? Yeah. She looks good, and you know she's in shape. You know what I'm saying? She just got her teeth fixed. She got her teeth fixed. You know what I'm saying?
By 313 presents Little
And
Caesars
she in shape and she's strong.
Hotel St. Regis, Detroit. Win Records, SMT Financial, AutoZone, Tough Shed, and Select Luxury Water, and Clear Fruit with a Punch.
Okay. That's what's up. Shields gets real. Where's the rap video? I want to see this rap video. Let me see what she's talking about.
Do you think of that like a expiration date on your career, or is it 8 years and that's it? Or when will you try and go into, having a family, or would you have a kid and then go back to boxing?
That's what I want to do. I feel like I've put too much time on hold on having a kid and being married and stuff for boxing already.
She about to quit soon.
I'm gonna have a baby next year.
Whoa.
We already have it planned out. I'm gonna have a baby next year, and then after I go through my stuff, then I'll come back and fight some more, and then probably have another one, and then do the same thing again. Like, I don't want to wait till I'm 40, 43, whatever, after my career to have my kids.
She's smart.
I want to be able to run at the park with my kids and stuff like that. I don't want to be too old. So I think that keeping my body in shape, I don't drink, I don't smoke. I think that'll also help me too when I'm going through this whole body and life changing stuff.
She's smart. I give her that. Yeah. That's how you do it. You wanna get it out the way. You know what I'm saying? While get it while it's still good. You feel me? You wanna get it while it's still good. You know what I mean? From the outside, like I always say, from the outside looking in, Papoose seems like a solid dude. Even in the whole separation fiasco, he kept it solid. You know what I'm saying? He didn't really do too much until it got a little bit too much for him. You know what I mean? And then he had to pick his nuts up and put his foot down. You feel me? But other than that, you know what I'm saying? He's been pretty on point. Let's look at some other news. So Diddy, if anyone doesn't know their hip hop history, that was actually originally from a Public Enemy song, a old Public Enemy song. But we hip hop enthusiasts out here, right? So Sean Combs is denied bail and will remain jailed until sentencing. They trying to keep him from getting revenge. That's really what it's boiling down to. They don't want him out in the streets making phone calls and calling out shots and getting revenge. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, they're gonna have to let him go at some point. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna do that much time. You know what I mean? Like they just need to give in. I don't know what they holding him for. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, he has enough money to be a flight risk, but is he a flight risk really? Like can he really hide like that? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I don't think so. So whatever it is, whatever they holding him and denying his bail constantly for, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it's really gonna do much. He already beat the real serious charges. So like, what else is there to get him on? You know what I'm saying? Last week, Sean Combs' lawyers requested he be released on bail pending his sentencing, arguing that this case was exceptional. A federal judge on Monday denied, and then like the defending attorney was the same defense attorney for Young Thug, and like he was like kind of blowing smoke in the judge's face, like, yo, this is bullshit. He's just a freaky ass nigga. That's all it is. There ain't nothing to it. Like, why are we here? What are we doing? You know, a federal judge on Monday denied Sean Combs, and so this must be a different judge than the trial. Well, yeah, so it's a whole new judge. Every time you file an appeal, you gotta come before a whole new court. You know what I mean? It's a fair trial. Denied Sean Combs' request to be released on bail pending his sentencing for 2 prostitution-related convictions last month. At the conclusion of an 8-week trial, the music and people still. I mean, like, fellas, like, I would really like I would really be terrified if you the type to fly chicks out. I would really be terrified. And there's no more flying chicks out. You got to fly to them. I understand you're a busy man. But you got to fly to them now. The music mogul was acquitted of the most serious charges against him: sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy. The case had accused him of coercing 2 long-term girlfriends into drug-fueled sexual encounters with male escorts, but a jury found that Combs had violated the Mann Act, blah, 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 blah. We know that already. The federal law that makes it illegal to transport people over state lines. Both carry a max of 10 years. He's going to get that brought down. He's probably going to be on house arrest for like some years, maybe. He's probably going to be on house arrest, probation type for some years. Or yeah. And it's going to get brought down, but seeing as how they're going so hard at denying his bail, they probably going to, and then he got a lot of time served already. They probably going to want to put his time served concurrent with the rest of his time, and they probably going to give him maybe like 5 years max, if that. If he does any like real jail time, probably get like 5 years max. But yeah, and then he should have enough money to fight it. To secure his release, Mr. Combs would have to prove that his case involves exceptional circumstances, and that he does not pose a danger to others or a risk of flight. Like I said, I mean, yeah, of course he's not going to be he's not going to be calling shots from jail. He's way too popular and famous for that. So yeah, if he's out, he's on his burner phone, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna call a shot. His lawyers offered a $50 million bond for his release, secured by his island mansion outside Miami. They're talking about the Star Island mansion. After the verdict on July 2nd, blah blah blah, denied Combs bail and found that he did pose a potential danger, pointing out to the defense's admissions that he had been violent with 2 girlfriends. The physical violence, not necessarily calling shots, but just the physical violence. I do see that. That could be something. Yeah. I mean, like, how could, like, or you get out, you get released, all eyes are on you. Like, how is he that much of a dangerous threat? Like, are those girls? The only way I can see him being a threat is if those girls go back to him. If Cassie go back to him, and if 50 Cent baby moms go back to him, that's the only way he could really harm them like that. You know what I'm saying? For real. But nah, I don't see it. But yeah. So yeah, the D, the I, the D, the D, the Y, the D, the I, the D is Diddy. Tough love, man. Tough love. This man. I'm gonna do a show. I'm not even gonna give up the source, but Diddy as well as some few other gentlemen have facilitated the soundtrack of a generation. You know what I mean? And I want to get into it. I want to talk about it. I'll talk about it next week. This week, I want to talk about something else. I want to talk about something a little more social related, down to earth related. You know what I mean? Because yeah, it's been on my mind. Like it kind of, I surprised myself by my own answer, and I'm gonna explain what I mean. So what happened? I was in a conversation. And it was regarding that there was a video where a man stated, I didn't even see the video, she just told me about it. I was in a conversation with a young lady, and she mentioned that she told me about the video, and in the video a gentleman stated that any man is capable of rape. Just about every single man is capable of rape. As you should know, sex is all about power, right? Sex is a power dynamic, especially with men. You see a woman, you're attracted to her, you want to have sex with her. So it's like it's a hunt. You know what I mean? You pursue her, And yeah, so it's very much a hunt, and that is a power dynamic. And then when you actually in the act of having sex, it is a power dynamic as well. The way your bodies are positioned, the posturing, that's yeah. So it's very much, you know, sex is very much about power. And so the act of rape is very much about power as well. You know, and so, wow, dang, why am I? Oh my God. Yeah, the act of rape is very much about power as well. And so in the act of, you know, of rape, you're subduing someone against their will to succumb to your will, to submit to your will, under duress and under force. You know what I mean? That is the gesture of it, you know? So it would be like it could be understandable how this anthropologist or whoever this gentleman is, whatever his accreditations are, why he would maybe come from a scientific perspective and say, well, psychologically, yes, any man can be capable of rape. Every single man can be capable of rape. Being as the and I think that is a more leftist, feminist, anti-patriarchal perspective. You know what I mean? Because yes, there are survival cues within our, you know, animal biological minds. You know what I'm saying? The lower, more primal form of our brains, our inner caveman, as I like to say. You know, there's cues in that way where, you know, hey, I need to survive. Okay, I need to fight until whatever's attacking me stops attacking me. You know what I'm saying? I.e., you know, killing them. You know what I'm saying? Or you know, friend or foe, fight or flight. You know, friend or befriend. You know. So these psychological cues, these are in the lower forms of our brain, and these are the most basic thought processes that keep us alive. You know, it's a part of survival. Sex isn't necessarily part of individual survival, but it's a part of the survival of our species. So yes, our species, yes, we are wired for sex, but I don't think I wouldn't be as extreme to say that every man is wired for rape. I'm going off on a tangent. So I answered well. So I compared it to like I remember my first trip to Vegas, I got a presidential suite. I got like a billionaire suite. Like every appliance in the entire room was controlled by a remote control. You know what I mean? I could just press a sleep button and the lights would dim, the blinds would close, and all at once. You know what I mean? It was that kind of room, you know. And in that much lush and luxury and posh, it made sense to me as to why, you know, wealthy people will go rock climbing and safari hunting and, you know what I'm saying, do all these extreme things just because they got the money to do it. But not just because they got the money to do it, because they're looking for a thrill in life. Because everything they've ever wanted has been handed to them on a silver platter. You know what I'm saying? So shout outs to Boricua Forever. Puerto Rico, oh, Puerto Rico. But anyway, everything has been handed to them on a silver platter, so it makes sense for them to be quote unquote thrill seeking. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, I could see how those people living in that kind of luxury. I knew that if I were to live in a room like that, nothing would amuse me anymore. I'd be so like sitting in my bathtub overlooking the Vegas Strip, just such peasants. Oh, you know what I mean? Like, it was very easy for me to be that way. So the fact that I could see how easy it would be for me to become that kind of person, I could see how easy it would be for a man, depending on his threshold. Let's say that depending on his psychological makeup, his personality set, so on and so forth, depending on all those things, being pushed to a certain edge could become capable of rape. You know what I mean? So that was just a conversation that I was having with the young lady. You know what I mean? Because like in my sane mind, in my current present state, where where I am in life right now, of course, obviously, I cannot see myself committing something such an atrocity, right? However, when you mix a perfect storm gumbo of circumstances, and push someone to put someone in a particular situation, you know what I mean? Anything could happen. But that's an extreme case scenario. But the human mind is the human mind, and it's going to do what it's going to do. There are people their psychological threshold is aroused by someone kicking and screaming and saying no, no, no. Whereas other people don't even want to be in that kind of predicament. You know what I'm saying? And that just comes from, like, once again, your psychological makeup and the amalgam of your experiences and your environment. I digress. Then she popped out with the question. I guess it seemed like a question because she came so swift with it. It seemed like a question she'd been wanting to ask me for a long time. Just knowing me personally, and then seeing my persona over the internet and how I quote unquote come at women, right? She was like, on a scale of 1 to 10, what's your opinion of women? You know what I'm saying? And then obviously she Kevin Samuel'd me. She said you can't use 7. You can't use 7. And so I'm like, well, I'm thinking to myself, well, the younger me, the more naive, bright-eyed, and bushy-tailed me will put women on a 10. You know what I mean? But then the salty, scarred and damaged me, and whose wool has been lifted over his eyes, I rated my opinion of women on a 6. And she was like, well, damn, I thought you'd at least say well, if you can't say a 7, I thought you'd at least say an 8. But you even went lower and said a 6. Like, damn, that's just right above mid. Like, I'm like, well, knowing everything that I know about women now at this point in my life, and understanding the humanity of women and the nature of women, you know what I'm saying? Like, it would be foolish of me to rate women any higher. Women are humans. Women are people. They do, you know what I'm saying? Like, just like this ain't shit. Just like most dudes ain't shit, most women ain't shit. Like, it is what it is. Like, I'm pretty sure if I was a woman, I would rate men on a 6. Shit, maybe even lower. You never know. The way some of these chicks pop off at the mouth nowadays, I wouldn't be surprised if you asked a woman to rate men on a scale of 1 to 10. Ain't no telling what she'll say. I'm pretty sure it won't be a 6. God damn. But I say a 6. I say a 6. Why so low and why not so high? Right? Let's get into it. Shout out to MB Elusive. Shout out to Sam on TikTok. Welcome. Talk to me. But yeah, I say a 6 because, like, once again, every woman got ancient tendencies. You know what I'm saying? And I said it in the previous episode, where I talked about how the women who can overcome their womanly nature and really appreciate things, appreciate the women who can overcome their womanly nature and appreciate gifts from God. Those women are sent from God. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do remember saying that last week. You know what I mean? And those women are far and few in between. You know what I'm saying? Those women are far and few in between. So yeah. So, like, when it comes to that, I score them. I give them a 6. If it wasn't for that, I'd probably give them a 5 or a 4. But it had me thinking because I'm like, well, what was the major difference between the me now and the younger me that was naive with the wool over his eyes, right? What was the difference? And what I realized is the information. I was looking through I was swiping through social media, you know what I mean? And it's always been a thing, you know what I'm saying? Women are just naturally known to be show-offs, right? Like, it is what it is. Right? That's what women do. They gotta show off. They gotta show off because they need that attention. They gotta have it. They gotta have that attention, right? And so like social media is pretty much the shortcut to that, because like what were women doing before social media for attention? Right? What were they doing? What were they doing? What were they up to? You know what I mean? So so when it comes to needing attention. And so I look at these women, they posting on social media all the time. You know what I mean? Pointless posts of nothing, just selfieing all day long, right? Like just all day, just selfie after selfie, just thousands and thousands of selfies. You know, and you would think that is pointless, but then what was the point I was trying to make? Oh man, I forgot my point. But yeah, I was looking at social media and I was looking at looking at all these women posting just nothing, right? Just taking up space on social media, and then it made me wonder. It made me wonder. Like, I really forgot my point. Damn. Okay, so I was saying, if it wasn't for those godly women, you know, they'd probably get a 4 or 5. You know what I mean? And then I was talking about, women's nature and the difference. Yes, there you go. Okay, the difference between the younger me and the older me now is social media. Pretty much. That's just what it comes down to. You know, social media I see women posting so much bullshit on social media and taking up so much space on the timeline, and I'm just like what are y'all gaining from this? And obviously it's the attention, right? And it doesn't necessarily have to be attention from men. You know what I'm saying? It's just attention, period. So, you know, they want and need and have to have that attention, and so they inadvertently put themselves out and expose themselves in a lot of ways because of their need for attention. And that's when it hit me. Like, I'm just more informed. It ain't even my experiences, because my experiences are pretty old. I've had great experiences within maybe the last 10 years, 10 to 15 years. I've had great experiences with women, like amazing. You know what I'm saying? So but because social media has given these women such a platform and a bullhorn to expose themselves so much on so many different levels, it's like, oh, okay, you on that bullshit. Oh, you on that bullshit. Oh, you on that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm just starting to see shit for what it is. So, of course, there's the difference between me on a scale of 1 to 10 without being able to give a 7, you know, blocking off. Well, a scale of 1 to 10, blocking off a 7, I would give a 6 instead of an 8. You know what I'm saying? As to my opinion of women. You know what I'm saying? For the simple fact that I'm more informed. I'm more informed and I'm more educated. You know what I'm saying? Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. You know? And then not only that, because these women are exposing themselves so much, a lot of men are exposing their nature and breaking down and pinpointing and connecting the dots with how they move. You know what I'm saying? And so now that forces me to go through the Rolodex in my mind. You know what I'm saying? It forces me to go through the Rolodex in my mind and look at all of these past behaviors from my past experiences and say, oh, you on some bullshit. You on some bullshit. You on some bullshit. You on some bullshit. And then, so now, you know, and it puts me in a position where I would give a 6 instead of an 8. Now, does my 6 make me jaded and bitter? You know what I'm saying? Does it make me jaded and bitter? I would say at first is, you know, what they would call red pill rage. You know what I mean? When I at first, when I realized things, you know what I mean, I was more so like, fuck, how could I be so stupid? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck was I thinking? I was in a situation where I kind of, you know how you break up with one person and you're like, oh my gosh, that person was so terrible, I'll never date someone like that again, right? And then the next person, you find yourself back in the same bullshit. I was in a situation like that, you know what I'm saying, where I was dealing with similar bullshit, or just bullshit, maybe not to the degree of seriousness. Well, yeah, it was pretty serious, but yeah, I was dealing with similar bullshit from one person to the next, and I found myself dating the same kind of person. You know what I'm saying? And then what happens is when you date the same kind of person, it just gets worse from person to person. And you see it coming. And you have to really, it forces you to really introspect and figure out how to fucking stop it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's bad. It gets bad like that. But yeah, you know, so yeah. Am I jaded and bitter? No. I can see how I could be easily painted out to be that way, because I see shit for what it is. Right now, I'm going back and forth with some people in a thread. This young lady, it's not even her page. It was like on a one of them composite pages where they post videos of other people. You know what I'm saying? They post videos of other people in a related topic. So this particular page was about newborns, and so the page constantly posts videos of reels of people with newborns. You know what I mean? And I don't know why this video triggered me, but like the girl is like, she's holding her newborn, and like the baby is probably like maybe not even a month old. The baby definitely can't hold his own head up. Baby could barely move, you know, on his own without, you know what I mean? And, you know, she's so excited holding the baby up, and I'm just like, and you know, the first thing I see when I see women posting and bragging about their children on social media, the first thing I see is, where's the dad? Where's the dad? As a father, that pisses me the fudge off. Don't do that. Don't do that. You didn't have that baby by yourself. That's my one pet peeve on social media. You didn't have that baby by yourself, sis. You did not have that baby by yourself. You know what I mean? But that's the type of time they be on. And so I was triggered, and I mentioned, I was like, listen, I said, yeah, you didn't have that baby by yourself. And then the people in the comments, even to this day, that was like months ago. The comments are still coming back at me. Shut up, sir. Who are you? If she wanted to, she would. And and I'm like, once again, this is it. This is why I rate women on a scale of 1 to 10, just women in general on a scale of 1 to 10, with 7 being blocked. This is why I rate them a 6. Only if only y'all, this is the only thing that's saving y'all. Y'all got vaginas, and there's good women amongst y'all. They just hidden. They just busy being good women. But y'all are showing yourselves. Y'all are showing, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all are showing how y'all think. Y'all are showing how, like, so you defending it as to say that you cool with the father being non-existent. And I understand the world we live in. And this is the epidemic. This is the epidemic. I'm getting preachy right now. But this is the epidemic we living in. You know what I'm saying? Where it's no longer, you know, we've passed the point of being a single mother being a shameful thing. Now we on shaming people for wanting fathers in the picture. This is how accustomed and brainwashed and cool we are with men being non-existent in the home. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to think, there's an entire generation of single motherhood out here. You know what I'm saying? Who are these people going to grow up to become? You know what I mean? Who are these people going to grow up to become? What is the future of America if we have it? And then that's not even America. That's just a pocket of America, really. especially mainly largely the black community. Like black people about to be extinct. Like that. women who want to ghost out the fathers in their situations, and then men who don't know how to be men. Black people about to be extinct. You know what I'm saying? Flat out. And yeah, the way these women were fighting me in the comments is just clearly indicative that they have no concept of family or the value of fatherhood. You know what I'm saying? They have no concept of it. Because what are you defending? What are you fighting? If I tell this girl in this video, you need to claim your baby father. Don't act you ain't have him by yourself, and you fight me for that. What did I say about that? What about that is so triggering to you? What about that is so triggering you? I know why I was triggered. Why are you triggered? That's the question. But I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm gonna let that hang. I'm gonna let that hang. You know what I'm saying? But I think it was a good talk, though. I think it was a good talk. I don't know what y'all think. Let me know. But other than that, thank you for tuning into this multi-million-dollar stream. I'm Kev Prosper, owner and founder and chief architect of Prosperity, selling travel consulting, books, merchandise, and media that teach people how to master their mindset, find personal freedom, and live life on their own terms. You are tuned into Love and Money on Prosperity Plus. Thank you for contributing to the Cash App. Thank you for visiting this website below at prosperunlimited.com, and the Cash App is $Prosperity ULLC. Thank you for liking, subscribing, following, and sharing. And remember, we do this every Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And remember to invest in the brand Prosperity ULLC. Build wealth, travel boldly, live royally. All right, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Be sure to shop Amazon with Prosperity ULLC. Link in the description.
These are all of my books. My very first book, Lead the Fairy Tales Up to Disney, The Reality of Dating. Haunted Truths, a romance murder mystery set in the heart of Brooklyn during the 1980s, during the height of the crack era. Switch, my romantic comedy. My trilogy, Spirit of the Machine, 1, 2, and 3, sci-fi action thriller. My poem anthology, Red Garden. That is System of the Sun. That's my book on organizational skills. Don't wait till I get rich to buy that book. New Shoes. That's my book on self-esteem, on how to love yourself. Ratchetology. Yes, I'm the ratchetologist. Take my advice.
Visit prosperunlimited.com and click travel to book your next vacation.
Do that freaky jam on the beat. Shitty with that butter shit that bone feed. Did you double do that song thing? Flicky ticky with some butter sit that bone too. If you cheeky cheddar check, I get her own cheese. And so chicken with that head or this up that won't be with the official with that whole sleeve. Ready to use the wish that with that long.
I got racks at ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. I got racks at ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. You a badass bitch. If I don't get swallowed in that fat ass bitch, I got racks at ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do.
Be sure to shop Amazon with Prosperity U LLC. Link in the description.
These are all of my books. My very first book, Leave the Fairy Tales Up to Disney, The Reality of Dating. Haunted Truths, a romance murder mystery set in the heart of Brooklyn during the 1980s, during the height of the crack era. Switch, my romantic comedy. My trilogy, Spirit of the Machine, 1, 2, and 3, sci-fi action thriller. My poem anthology, Red Garden. That is System of the Sun. It's my book on organizational skills. Don't wait till I get rich to buy that book. New Shoes. That's my book on self-esteem, on how to love yourself. Ratchetology. Yes, I'm the ratchetologist. Take my advice.
Visit prosperunlimited.com and click travel to book your next vacation.
Ha. Hey yo, P, do that freaky jam on the beat. Busy with that butter shit, that bone feed. Did you double do that song sing? Flicky ticky with some butter, so that don't do. If you cheeky cheddar check, I get her own cheese. And so chicken with that head or this up, that won't be with the official with that whole steez. Let me see you had to wish that with that long.
I got racks at ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. I got racks at ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. You a badass bitch, a badass bitch. If I don't get swallowed in that fat ass bitch, I got racks at ATM